fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play? And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
There we go. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
There we go.
It's Mixon on the counter. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought they had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Burrow. It'll be Mixon on the out route as the pass is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that... Best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Fields over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Fields throwing again. That's complete to Mooney. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
We're scoreless after 1. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Here's Fields. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick-6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick-6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. Oh, what a juke into space. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down. Here's Burrow. And this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On one, right?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Slot man moves right. To the air again, Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now they bring the tight end in motion right. Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 50 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back into 32. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Campbell. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. There'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And that is no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out looking to repeat that, Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Well, so often now we're praising tight ends for their nimbleness and how they catch the ball downfield. But occasionally we get a reminder that tight ends, they've got that tough guy aspect too. How about him catching that short one there, shaking off tacklers, and turning that into an expansive gain downfield.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Gun. Stop. Go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Mixon with a 1st down carry. He will push his way down to about the 14. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. This time, the extra point up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Now Fields.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The Bengals with 2 extra DBs, a nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
Now it's Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
Picked up by Jesse Bates. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at those stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is? It could be for the game the way that things are going right now. I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Taken in at the 3. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is taken in by Hurst.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Forced out, and he couldn't get rid of the football. Trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Burrow. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but got to put those doubts to rest right there. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Fields.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
This is brought in at the 21. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
11-90.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow going up top. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bears are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles around the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Chase Claypool. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bengals drive about to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Once again, they run with Mixon. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now get down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football. You're taking charge.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out in the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's taken down, trying to do him down for a loss of 9.
Here we go.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
11, 90.
He'll look to throw.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well. I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. Well, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
Fields on 1st down.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you're probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Off play action, Fields.
Got an open man, that's Campbell. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
Now Fields.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Fields. Campbell making the catch. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run here with Henderson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All eyes on Fields. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Charles, what a big drive late in the fourth quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the fourth quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
Back to throw, Fields.
And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the fourth. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now Burrow.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Burrow.
And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, He just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the count.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well.
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on a 2-point try.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon, because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for the Bengals, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. NFL on EA Sports is in the great state of Tennessee at Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go from Nashville. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Again, it's Henry. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They snap it to Tannehill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Mills. And that is incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they'll get this down to the 10. up 15 yards there for number 15.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a first and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They will run for the first time with Rex Burkhead. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Third and goal, Mills. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Mills to throw for it on fourth. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on fourth and goal. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll run it again with Henry. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 12, Tannehill into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
We've seen that before. Jeffrey Simmons making a stop behind the line.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Mills now. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Play action now, Mills.
He's going to look deep for Moore. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
Now Mills on 4th down.
To the right side, and he's got Moore complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Mills to the air again.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, 46 yards.
And the Texans post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Texans 7, Titans nothing. Tiny Fairbairn, the kickoff for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one, 11 yards in the first down. Now Tannehill. He's going to air it out deep for Woods.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
He was about the proverbial deer in the headlights. That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
Throwing on second and long.
Mills.
That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
A first down throw for Mills.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here's Mills. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 17-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
To throw, Mills.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Howard. Touchdown! O.J. Howard from 13 yards out.
And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now 14-0.
Texans 14, Titans nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Here's Trenton Cannon on the return from his end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Tennessee. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Really good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Throwing on second and long. Mills. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. And even 60 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Looking to throw is Mills. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. To throw again on second down. Mills. And that is incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make the play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On third down, here's Mills. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Tannehill. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And if we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helped contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe his quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
On 4th down, Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, 4th and long here, late second quarter. I mean, Charles, you knew that was going to be a very tough play to convert. But now, not only do you not convert it, you give up a pick 6 the other way and give the other team all the momentum.
Well, Brandon, I don't think we ever go into a game where both teams don't tell us that they plan to be aggressive in what they're doing on offense. But there's aggressive, and then there's reckless. And how about this one? In the first half of a close game, that backfired on them in a big way. Now I think they're in a position where they have to take a lot of risks in order to try and catch up.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Cannon now elects to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers
and the Washington Commanders. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors.
And we are underway from FedEx Field. They start the drive with Abdullah.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
From the 27, Mahomes. He'll get this one to Patrick. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now third down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And this one is incomplete. A surprising mover on downs. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
So first and goal now from the 7-yard line.
He'll drop to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Dumps it off for Spiller. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. So they'll line up losing 5 yards on the play. And that will lead to a third and goal. to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Koo knocks this one through the post, and the Bucks take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a first down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, Abdullah. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple.
And this is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Chris McGarr now for the extra point.
He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
right back to Spiller on second down.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper.
And he's going to have the Bucs first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Straight ahead, it's Spiller. There for the tackle was Trent McDuffie.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Second and 5. And his throw is incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
On third down, it's Spiller.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They run behind center with Spiller. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
They'll go right back to Spiller here on first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
On second, here's Algier.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, again to Spiller.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as he'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run.
and the Bucs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Mahomes to throw once more. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mahomes. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
They went with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
On 3rd down, here's Evans.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Daron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6. He gets this out to Spiller. Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing. And they got it out to him on the left side. And he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Story now, it's 1st and 10
at the 36.
They keep it on the ground with Spiller.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. It's caught by Hooper. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
An option handoff to Spiller.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Prime time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a 3-possession game. I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marcus Williams. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Washington will take over first and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They go play fake. Mahomes.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good. For a Commanders, first down.
15.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Now Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 6. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
I don't need to.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
2nd and 13.
Open man downfield, that's Smith-Schuster.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
On the handoff, Spiller.
That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's got a man complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Adams the man in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
43, 43, 15, 15, 15.
Now it's Mahomes again.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
15, 15.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter. And that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
142 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Right back to Spiller on 2nd down. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first.